radio. Hello, hello, this is the phone-in show. We're on the air at 9 o'clock on every weekday night, taking calls from the bands. Hello, hello, it's Rangers radio. Hello, hello, this is the phone-in show. We're on the air at 9 o'clock on every weekday night, taking calls about the Jazz.
Well, hello, good evening and welcome. Welcome to Rangers Radio. Join myself, Foxter, on the panel tonight is Bridgeman and JFK. Evening, gents.
Evening, Oxford. Evening, Bridgeman.
Oh, can I say a big good evening to you two guys? A huge good evening to the guys in the lobby and to all the Rangers fans that are listening in. Good evening. Welcome to Rangers Radio.
Well, I'm just letting everybody know it's became standard where if there's an Old Firm game, JFK needs a week to get over it.
Definitely, mate. Definitely. It's no good for me.
Poor show, Bridgeman, eh?
He's a shocker, that man, I'll tell you that.
Stalker. Obviously, you've been very quiet. You're 5-0. Never came to fruition yesterday. Sorry about that, mate. They call us, just came in the show and leaving.
Aye, I know. Aye. Look, thought that's what it would be, but hey ho.
By the way, when the second goal went in, but I'm sure we'll come to that. But I thought it might have been more than that. But how you doing, mate? All right?
I'm doing fine, thanks. Aye, it's a long time since I've been on. I know I had a wee cameo yesterday, but no, I've not spoke to anybody. I've just been listening as intently as I always do. A lot of great shows, a lot of good laughs, and that's what's good. All the brothers and sisters out there are all happy.
Happy.
Happy. Oh, definitely.
Bridgeman, you throw him a fish, he's like, ooh,
Love it. Absolutely love it.
Right, before we go to you, GFK, I think it's only right we get our usual after the match and we get a view from a bridge.
Yeah.
View from the bridge. Can't take it anymore. View from the bridge. Can't take it anymore.
Hi there. A view from the bridge. Here we go. It wasn't the greatest game, as we all know. It wasn't the greatest game. Can I just say Rangers was by far the better side. By far the better side. Millions and millions and millions of times better. And every player did what they had to do. A great result for us at the end of the day. Excuse the pun when I say that. But a really great result for us. Got us the 3 points. Everything that we needed. I think that overall, the overall in the play, everybody did their bit. I thought Tav's free kicks created havoc. Bassey and Tav were really doing well in the fullbacks, down the wings and playing well. Good passes from both. And I think it was at 8 minutes, a great ball through to pick out Defoe. We had a shot on goal which was blocked. You remember this. And the ball broke out to Hadji and passed a brilliant pass over to Aribo who put it in the net, 1-0. Just fantastic stuff. And the short passing game was really good. And roughly 20 minutes, Tav probably the pass of the game, if not any game for that matter. Tav, brilliant high ball from 40 yards out, just right on it and right over the top of Tav. What do you call him? Defoe. And Defoe just watched the ball coming down, and he never even broke stride. The ball just touched the ground, and he just passed it into the net. I mean, very few people could do that. What a fantastic goal by Defoe. Absolutely brilliant. As far as I was concerned, from a game perspective and a challenge perspective, that was just about over. They had a few chances and caused a couple of wee bit of consternation a couple of times, but that was it. Other than that, they were never in the game. Well, I thought that some of our players, Kent, but particularly Hadji, they were getting some really rough treatment. They were taking chances, as far as I was concerned, taking turns and having a go at Kent and Hadji, but I think Hadji more so. But I think everybody just kind of thought the game was over at 2-0 anyway. I thought our midfield were just tremendous up to that point. They chased everything down. Lovely passes, great passing movements. but the game was done. As far as I was concerned, the game was done. Seriously, I looked. I was strangely enough. I can only gauge this for about half an hour of the game, to be honest. The player ratings. Can I give you my player ratings if you don't mind? Okay, there we are. I'm sort of comparing against the Daily Record, their ratings. So it's McGregor. Both the Record and myself gave McGregor 7 out of 10. Tavernier, Record says 7. I give him an 8. Golson, 6 from the Record, 7 from me. Helander, 7 each. Bassey, 7 each. Jack, 6 from the Record and 7 from me. Davis, 6 from the Record, 7 from me. Rebo, 7 each. Hadji, 8 from the Record, 7 from me. Kent, 6 from the Record and 7 from me. And Defoe got a 7 from the Record and I gave him a 6. Excuse me, even though they scored a wonderful goal. My man of the match, it was Tavernier. Without a doubt for me, without a doubt. Statistics from the game, I'm not a stato, so please don't say it. Possession was 70-30 for Rangers. Shots on target, 7 for Rangers and 1 for Livy. Shots off target, 4 for Rangers and 3 for Livy. Corners, 5-3 for Rangers. And that's a view from the bridge finished. It was a very short game.
We could have a review for JFK next week. We would need to find a grassy knob in Dallas, wouldn't we?
Oh, aye. Oh, dearie me.
Bridge, some interesting stuff in there. I think we'll agree it wasn't the greatest watch after the game. The 2 goals went in. Thoughts, JFK?
I can't really add anything that the bridge man had said there, and everything I've read there the last 24 hours. You know, the first 20 minutes was excellent to watch. My prediction was 5-0. I thought the way the team's been playing the last 4 games, you know, the last 3 games before yesterday, 2-0, 2-0, 2-0. And some of the football we've been playing, especially against the puddle drinkers and Leage. But I'll take it 2-0, Oxford, because you know it's a win. You know, we've always maintained here. We're sometimes pretty football, doesn't it? When it doesn't win you all the time, but to come away there for Ibrox yesterday with the 3 points is absolutely the ultimate aim for us. So especially with things that happened elsewhere, so it puts us in a better pole position than we were yesterday morning. So long may that continue, and let's see how it develops in the next few weeks. But few pluses. I thought James Tavernier was absolutely fantastic. And midfield, as Brad said, I thought they were excellent as well. So, it was a good day at work, mate, and you can't ask for any more than that.
I think we are a tough crowd at times, and we won the game 2-0 pretty comfortably. All right, they had that Stramash. They came off the post, and the boys should have scored. Maybe, obviously, we don't want to go in, but might have done us a favour if it had come in. It might have upped our levels, and we might have strive to go in and maybe score more goals. As I always felt at GFK, we were playing with a handbrake on, if that makes sense.
Well, I was sitting and watched it, and I would say we never even get out of second gear. I think we and I'm not going to use the word stuttering as it was bad. I just think that we motored along in second gear there. I mean, I think if we needed to, you're right there, if they'd have maybe got that chance that they'd been in for them, then there's a good possibility that we'd have just upped our game into third, fourth gear and maybe battered them. Maybe that's what we should have been hoping for. But the second half was a snore fest, you know, because it just the game just died after the 17th, 18th minute when we scored the second goal. Wonderful goal it was as well. And also we'll talk about that later on. But no, it's job done, Oxford. And we can't ask for any more than that, mate. You know, good job done.
Can you mind? I mean, obviously that was Ross County 2-0. That lot 2-0 away to Standard Liège 2-0. Then at home, that's 4 games in a row with the same score. It's a pretty unusual stat, isn't it?
Well, it's the goals against that you've got to admire. You know, the goals against since the whole campaign, and we'll include friendlies in that Oxshire, and it's absolutely
Take the
wonderful.
friendlies. Oh, mate.
Aye, it's brilliant stuff, you know, and all European games friendlies, and it's fantastic. And I'm not going to stat man. Obviously, the stat man's not here tonight, but I think I think we've lost 8 goals, is it?
No, nowhere near that amount,
I thought,
JFK.
but yeah, that just shows you I'm dead,
No.
you know, a disservice here. But that's fantastic, you know, and the games were played and
We've only lost goals in 3 games. That's 2 to Hibs, 1 to Motherwell, and 1 to Galatasaray. Every other game's been a clean sheet, mate, including the pre-season.
All right, okay, just stand corrected then.
Aye.
I'm all right with that. But aye, that's fantastic. You know, and the way we've been chopping and changing for the sake of it. I mean, when the big Shirley came in for Barisic yesterday, after coming on as a sub last week, didn't look at a place at all. And that's what's good about the team in the New Oxshire. To make 5 changes yesterday was really good, because obviously he's looking a wee bit ahead to the game on Thursday, which obviously we'll talk about during the week as well. But no, I'm really happy. A lot of nice things happening now, and it's great to be a Rangers fan at this moment in time. Brilliant it is.
Here. Bridgeman, I don't think he's just looking at Thursday. I think he's looking at the big picture.
I would hope he's doing.
You're going to get minutes on people's legs, and you've got to take others out the firing line. It's a balancing act you have to walk.
Absolutely, I think that. I mean, everybody says we don't envy the task he got ahead of him, but he's getting the money for it, and it looks as if whatever he's thinking and working out with his coaching staff seems to be working quite well, or very well, should I say? There's got to watch. It's not just next week's game or a month's game, and once. No, are we going to? What's he going to do in the sort of the group stages? Is he dropping Davis? Is he going to continue to drop Davis out, and so on and so forth, so that he's fresh for the what do you call it, the Thursday games? Or when I say Davis, I'm just anybody. If he could pick a team and then take the midfield and say they're only going to play on a Sunday, and they're only going to play in Europe. I think he's doing well, because you look at the defence, look at how the midfield played, and then we all stopped playing. The whole team looked like they stopped playing on Sunday, and it still worked out for him. Fantastic, just fantastic.
An interesting stat, mate. I don't know if it's true. I've not checked it. JFK, that in the last 3 games we've started 17 players.
As many as that? Oh, well, that's fantastic.
Look at the game against them. So he had 11 that started against them. Then when we go to Belgium, we'll put in Balogun, we'll put in Ryan Jack, we'll put in Hadji. So that's 14. And then we start against Livingston. We've got Bassey in. We've got Defoe in. I must be missing one. Oh, no Barker. No, I'll need to check that out. But 17. Aribo started yesterday. There you go. That's the 17th.
Yeah, just looked it up there. Aye, it's brilliant. You know, I heard you guys the other night talking about the depth of the pool that we've got. You know, it's absolutely fantastic depth we've got, and it just shows you we can do that. The gaffer took into account, and obviously he respects what Livingston can bring to the game, but he managed to drop 5 players, put them on the bench, put them in the stand for the upcoming games. You know, and the upcoming games, I mean, coming up to the game on Thursday and then Sunday again when we play Kilmarnock, he's got the luxury of resting players Oxshire, and that's got to be good for us. That's a luxury we never had the last 3 or 4 years before that Stevie G came. So, it's good, mate. It's really good. I'm happy.
And that's without the subs coming on, Bridgeman, to give other people breaks, isn't it?
Absolutely, pal. You know, the way we build the team, and the old saying they used to say that we could have a squad which could make up 2 teams. I don't know how true it could be, because you would have to sort of mix and match quite a lot. I don't think Gerrard will do that. But then when you sit, just what you said there, And over the last 3 games we've played, we've used 17 players as to start with, 17 different players. You wouldn't even think of that. That was well spotted by a brilliant stat. He started doing in Port Glasgow, but raging at you, by the way, raging.
Wasn't
a really good start.
Wasn't it his, mate? Too good for him.
That's well said. Well said.
He'll kill me.
I know. No, but it's really cool. The manager seems to be doing what the manager wants to do, and I know some folk wonder how he's going to do it. And maybe a month ago, you'd have said, "Well, we'll get big games coming up, and we'll get this, we'll get that." And the man's stuck to his guns. He's done what he wanted to do, and look where we are now, 6 points clear in our own right. If you follow what I mean, I think that's fabulous. I think that's an absolutely fantastic position to be in a big home European game coming up. It's just a pity where crowds can't get in. Rangers make a fortune out of this. Make a fortune.
Just keep winning. That's what it's all about.
That's all it's about, pal. Yeah.
All right, JFK, people want to join us. What's the number?
0141 356 1972.
Where else can they join us, Bridge?
You can join us at rangersradio.online and Skype at rangersradio.online, sorry. And Old School Blue and Fox will bring them in, look after them. Maybe even give them a wee drink out. They're 40 litres, or 40 ounce of Fridays. But, get in there, you'll enjoy it.
I think you two will get tankers. I don't mean tankers. I mean tankers. JFK.
Aye.
All right, if you phone in, hang up and we will phone you right back. Great to get your thoughts. Great to get people's thoughts in the last 8 days. JFK. Oh. JFK. Piece your thoughts on the last 8 days. What was some?
That's it. My mute button kept clicking off and on there, mate.
Oh, you need to go that close to the bridge.
Oh, the last 8 days, mate. Well, obviously
it's 9 now, isn't it? It's 9
now. Obviously, we start off with the puddle drinkers game, which, as you said earlier, it took me a wee while to recover from, but it was great having to recover after a result like that. That was a game that they pulled me off the ceiling. After that, I was in such a high. It was an absolutely brilliant result. It should have been more. That was a disappointing thing only for me that we didn't bang in another 2 or 3 because it was a chance to do it. Going to the Leeds game, my expectations were, and I heard you saying, you take a draw, but you felt that we could win it, and I was the same as you on that aspect, mate. And I thought it was a wonderful performance, and like everybody else, I got to put my hat in the ring and say, in all my years of going to see the Teddy Bears,
and that is a lot.
That's a lot, mate. Better believe it. Not as much as Bridgeman, but I'll say it's the best ever goal I've seen any Rangers player scoring for the skill. It wasn't a hit and hope. We've all seen it many times, the way he beat the 2 or 3 players and had that wee glance up and a wee shuffle, and he knew what he was doing. A worldly goal, mate. And then the downpour, it was there for the last 30 minutes. The guys put in a fantastic performance. Mm-hmm. And then getting on to obviously yesterday's game. We did it today, mate. As we've said, the grinding out of some games is what we'll need today. Sometimes playing no great and winning is always as good as playing well and winning. So, because the only prize is 3 points, no matter how well you play. So I can't be any happier in the last 8-9 days watching the Rangers. And as Bridgeman always, his war cry is keep it going for the Rangers. We're following them, and I know the gaffer knows that. He's mentioned he knows that the fans are out here giving it our all. And by God, did we not give it our all in my house on Saturday. Me and my boys gave it loudy, mate. We gave it loudy. The tunes were on.
Who did you watch the Thursday night game with, if you don't mind me asking?
Thursday night there?
Uh-huh.
Me, my boy Mark, and my wife.
Right.
My wife.
What happened when the roof go went in? What did you say?
But it was oh my God, I jumping up and down, and my wife, who isn't a football fan, she puts up with me these years going to see the Rangers everywhere and anywhere. But she was actually cheering, which is good. Now, I hope she doesn't think that come when we get back into going to see the Rangers that I'm going to do a wee family season ticket, because she's not on. Because I don't want to be bad when I say this. I don't want to take her in to see maybe Skipper and that. You know what like he is with a woman, you know.
Aye, just talking about women. Great that the ladies team are top of the league.
They are, mate. Yeah.
Remember, used to. We're just waiting for all to be sorted. Used to. I've got to go up there and do a report.
Yeah, I'm up for it, mate. I'll have my notepad and all that. Bridgeman, you bring the video camera.
We don't forget, mate. We don't forget. Used to. Blah, 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 blah. He's very quiet, Mr. Bridge.
But a pair of shockers, I'll tell you that. A pair of shockers.
No. We've not forgot, mate. We've not forgot. Great to see the women's team top of the league, the men's team top of the league. We're in a good place. Man, 8 fabulous days for the support. Just a pity we couldn't win the games.
Absolutely. I just said that. It was just a real pity. That was just imagine if we'd been in the Ibrox and that guy.
The reception, that roof would have got coming
on. Oh my God. Oh my God, I'll tell you. Seriously. You could just see it now. Shut your eyes and you could hear them. Just great. Although, they, of course, like ourselves, they wouldn't have been that happy the way we took. Appear to take our boot off the gas, our boots off the gas. But really and truly, to go through and get the 3 points that we were all desperate for them to get, no matter how we get it, just get it. However, there will be people, myself included, of course, that were disappointed. If you take it back down to the grassroots, we did somehow or other allow that game to just slip away, didn't we? Whereas we could have a good chance to go up there and possibly get a number of goals that made things different. I think we're 5 goals of difference at the moment. We've got 5 goals in them, so I think that's
a wee bit more than average.
At the moment, is it 7 then? 7.
I'll just check it out for you now, mate. Yeah, 7 goals, mate. 7 goals we're ahead of them. Aye, well, you never know, but hopefully no come to that if we keep winning. But I see your point, and I'm not going to say it was great fair yesterday. I would say it was professional JFK.
Aye, that's what all they had to do is go and win, and if they could score 5 or 6, it's brilliant. And I've been throwing my tuppence up, hate me worth, and 4 and 5, and I know we've done it against Mother. What I really want is to give somebody a right doing, have a complete professional performance, a 4, 5, 6, 7 nothing, mate. I want to do an Ajax. I want to win 13 nothing.
Yeah.
That's brilliant, JFK. Seriously brilliant. I'm not kidding.
He wants to clean up.
Definitely, mate. It's great to see the way we're playing at times. It's beautiful football. We're playing the game the way it should be played, and that's what's really pleasing. And like Bridgeman, it's a pity we're not there.
Aye, that's made a big pity for everybody. Anyway, we joined by the first caller. He was there, but yes, evening caller.
Hi, Ox, it's Ross here. How you doing?
How you doing, Ross? All right, mate?
No bad. How are you? Okay?
All right, mate. What's on your mind, bro?
I just wanted to talk about the gaffer and the coaching team.
Aye, go on, man. Close all yours. Wait a minute. Get these two to sit down. Right, you, Jimmy. Bridgeman, sit there. Right, carry on.
I just think for where we were before Gerrard came in, we were in absolute shambles, getting scuddings after him all the time, and the way he's got us now, 3 years, group stages, and we're dealing with him now, so it's not short of remarkable what he's done. It's brilliant, absolutely brilliant.
Do you know what happened 3 years ago today?
No.
That was the last time Bridgeman bought around, but no, we sacked Coutinho.
Shocker.
We sacked Coutinho. You think where we were then? Yeah, and where we are now. Night and day, Ross.
It's what a turnaround, an absolute. We're proud now, aren't we? We're proud of what we've got. I mean, we're always proud of our club, but it was just a shambles back then, and honestly, everyone's just loving it, isn't it?
And it's a big thank to obviously the people who's helped turn that around, but first and foremost, JFK, it's also a thank to the support, each and every one of us.
Of course it is. Of course, mate. You know, and as I said before, the gaffer appreciates that, and so some of the messages that we're getting for the players. You know, appreciate everything that the team's doing and behind us. You know, and the coverage of Rangers TV as well is absolutely second to none. Although I've got a wee gripe about the English commentator. I wish he would stop mentioning the puddle drinkers all the time.
Oh, no, come on. What else is there? What else is there? What's your complaints, and we'll get it sorted.
Oh, he just keeps mentioning the puddle drinkers about records here and records there. I don't think he commentates in the game as well as Tom Miller does. He starts, off on some tangent about something, and I think he's letting himself down and letting Rangers TV down as well. That's just my opinion.
Shush, answer the boys' question about the coaching team. Never mind the TV, Bob.
I said that before. The coaching team's doing really well. Don't forget, I did say a while back about Gary McAllister, and I had my doubts about Gary McAllister, but I'm flipped with that now. I think he's the right man. Michael Beale, as we all know, he's seemingly the second to none in coaching.
Ian's brother. Ian's brother,
aye. I knew I got to that, but that comes to Ian's brother. Who watches the soaps? No me. Knocked me off my thought there. Michael Beale, as far as I know, which I've never read, I heard he's written a couple of decent coaching manuals that have been put out there. I've heard a lot of good things about him, reading people have said about him. He's a fantastic coach. And I think that shows, look, this is a team that the manager and the coaches are built up in a 2.5 year period. And I think now that their efforts are showing the fruition is, and I think it shows in my playmate and the stamina that the team's got now, especially the Belgian in Belgium. That 35 minutes playing in that thunderstorm, that was phenomenal, mate. Phenomenal.
Mm-hmm. Boss?
Oh, see, I've no phoned in since we won it there, but see when we beat them, that's the first time, and I can remember how long that I've actually felt I was so relaxed watching the game. You know what I mean? Instead of you're up on nervous, I was so relaxed. It's just brilliant. Honestly, I can't explain it. It's great.
It was a very comfortable performance. They never really threatened. In fact, the stats show you they never even had a shot in target, did they?
No.
But you're right.
Aye, definitely. But I think Sundays, as Bridge keeps saying, like the next league game's always a big one, and he's right. But I think because of what's happened in there the last few years, we've really struggled a bit. If we can get 3 points in there, and then we've got some decent fixtures coming up. I know it's one game at a time, but we can really kick on.
I'm sure we'll build up to. We'll get Thursday night, then Sunday the games just keep coming. Bridgeman thick and faster.
Absolutely, pal. So it does come thick and fast, right enough. Huge game coming up Thursday, absolutely huge. Particularly at Ibrox, we've got to show them what to do. And then, of course, it's who are we playing into Sunday? Who have we got in the Sunday?
Kilmarnock away.
Kilmarnock down there, right? So, obviously, but over the last couple of years, it's not been a very good place for us to go. With a bit of luck, us on our top form, and even against them in their top form, I'm sure we should be able to put them to the sword, as they say. I mean that in the nicest term. So I'm sure we'll be able to beat them. I'm sure of it. 1-0.
That'll do. Yeah, exactly. That's what matters. 3 points.
I think he's actually right. JFK, I think we would take that, wouldn't we? Just 1-0, move away, move on.
Take 1-0 every week, mate. As I said earlier on, I'm not too bothered. I mean, the nice silky football is great to watch and it's good in the eye. But look, if we win 1-0 every week, I've said this many a time, I use the same phrase, as long as the captain of Rangers is holding up that trophy at the end of the season, I don't care if it's 1-0, boring. This is what we want to win. Get away from what they want to do and what we need to do. Win the championship at all costs. You know, they'll probably put out a different team next week because of the turf, but you'll talk about that during the week. It's just the way it is with the plastic pitch. But I'd have a bridge man every single week, Oxy, and I kid you not, as long as I say at the end of the season, James Tavernier's got that cup above his head and we're celebrating. And just to let you know that there is, if you want to go on Big Stevie's Facebook, there is a new Facebook page and it's called Let's All Rally for Rangers, something like that, and we're going to have a party at the end of the season. So go and get your name on it.
We've still got one night out planned, mate. Me and the big fella.
Well, I've got my water wings and my rubber ring and things like that and my goggles, but I'm told I'm going nowhere near the water, so I don't know what they're for.
You'll find out.
Oh, well. Oh, dear.
You'll find out. Ross, who's impressed you the last 8 days?
Kamara,
9 days.
Arfield, Hollander, Tav. There's a few.
Mm-hmm. That's a good thing, mate. Yeah? Good thing.
Of course it is, aye. Yep, of course it is. Definitely. Arfield's been excellent, actually, since he's come in. As I said, Kamara as well. He's been faultless, you know what I mean? So, and the way that Big Phil defends is high. It's very good. It's good. Everyone's pulling together. We're all doing the right things. And long may it continue.
I think my back four is pretty much picking itself, but there's a couple of competitions starting to build up. Balogun and obviously Bassey as well. The midfield, your big Zunga to come in. Everybody might have a different opinion who what front, whatever midfield three should be, and then you've got the front three. Well, we've got boys coming back for fitness. The Force was a brilliant goal. We've not got our main striker that are on the pitch. Competition, Ross.
That's it. Aye. If Hilander's is here, then Balogun comes in. He does the exact same job. So everything's aye. As I said, everything's great. Same in the midfield when Jack came in for Davis the other night, done the exact same job, and we just look so solid. And then when we got up the park, we looked dangerous as well. So
all good.
In the midfield, the new Oxyers, Hadji, Jack, Davis, Aribo, Kamara and Arfield with Zungu still to come into that. You know what I mean? That's 7 players fighting for that midfield place, and that can only be well for a team. And obviously up front can be quite frightening to a lot of teams. I mean, that's why we don't get the credit for Defoe, Itten, Kent, Morelos, Barker, Jones, Stewart, and Roof. You know, it's a great squad of players, mate. It really is. You know, it's exciting times. You know, and as you said, I mean, I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We've got a back 4 or 8 players to pick for Oxia. Tavernier, Bassett, Edmondson, Hollander, Golson, Big Patterson, Katic, and Balogun. Brilliant stuff, mate. Oh, that's a great pool of players. Without a doubt, fantastic pool of players.
Can I come in there, Oxia?
Yes, mate, you carry on, bro.
I just wanted to say, I take my hat off to young Hadji. I thought, to be honest, my opinion, that's probably his best game for Rangers. Although the way we played in the second half didn't warrant that there's that's such a high praise. But that young boy played absolutely brilliantly, in my opinion. And they were taking turns and booting him and pushing him and barging him and all the rest of it. And I thought, well done, son. Came off the park out hell high, no problem at all. Because of recent, he's not been playing as great. He's never managed to put his foot on the ball and do something with it. But there he created that goal for Aribo, and it was a cracking goal, absolutely cracking goal. Just unbelievable stuff. And that. Well done to him anyway. Just hats off to him.
Oh, can I get a quick one more point before I go, pal?
Aye, of course you can, Ross. Carry on, mate.
Seeing them across the city, they're irrelevant. It's what we do. That's all that matters. We just need to keep winning.
Correct.
Forget about it.
JFK.
I've said that all along. It's not what they do. It's what we do. No, I mean, I know. We all, and I was the same. And we're looking for something to happen at the Sheep before our game, and it can. Oh, wow, this is a chance. But it's all what we do. As long as we keep winning, right? let's not make any predictions, but when he surprised me if we done an invincible season. We're that good. We can step up a gear, mate. We're only in second gear now. We played the puddle drinkers off apart in second gear. Never mind all this rubbish that they weren't up to their game. They weren't up to their game because we didn't let them play. We were brilliant that day. So let's see what happens when we need to step up a couple of gears next year. I think we'll motor right through it.
Ross, do you think we'll go a couple more gears?
Of course we do. Aye, you've seen it at Livy. We had got a couple of goals at the weekend, and we just kind of seen the game out as such. But against Standard Liège, we played excellent that night. I thought we were really good. So there's a lot more to come. Yep, definitely.
Listen, mate, always great to hear from you, mate. Don't be frightened to phone in. You know you're welcome anytime, mate. Yeah.
Thanks very much, Rox. Cheers, boys.
Right,
cheers, Ross.
Look after yourself, mate. Yeah.
Ta-da.
Cheers, pal.
Bridgeman, do you think we're going to have gear in us?
I actually do, yes. I don't think we've got much more than a gear at the moment. We need to get more settled and obviously get our confidence right up, rammed up to the top. Definitely we could step up. There's a couple of players that we need to get them back into their game. And it's a natural step. It's not anything amazing. It's a natural step. You go to the nth degree with the step you're on, and you naturally step up. And we've got some young players there that are just ready and willing to do just that. I just think we're wonderful. Like JFK says, we've got a really good squad, and it's pleasing to the eye. And what the management and the coaching staff are doing is second to none. There isn't another club that I can see, certainly not in Scotland anyway, that are doing anything like what Rangers are doing from a coaching perspective and the style of play. They're a very exciting team to watch. Oh, maybe forgive me. I might be saying that just because I'm a Rangers fan, but I mean it in all honesty. I don't watch that many other teams other than Rangers, so I can only say the ones that play against us. That team we played yesterday, Rangers are 10 miles ahead of them. 10 miles better than them. I can't say any more than that with that one.
Mm-hmm. Aye, but it's all about attitude for me, JFK. You've got to get with the right attitude.
Again, you'd come on to that before about heart. I mean, you can be the greatest player in the world, but sometimes you've not got the heart that'll not carry you through. And looking at the way the team are playing, they've got a lot of heart, especially the back four. The midfield is phenomenal, but it's a togetherness. You know, it's when the team scores or whatever. And I mean, they're playing well, and they're all happy together. I mean, there's something I saw there yesterday, and I don't know if anybody's picked up on it. And it's something that I was very critical of, a Big Tav, but he was mouthing off a lot yesterday. He was played a good captain's role again, you know. And for what I've been told is that he's been named in the Europa League now as the 9th best defender in the Europa League.
Europa League.
Yeah, again.
Yeah. Team of the week, right.
So there's a good togetherness there. They're all playing for each other. You can see that. And that's what you want to see. You don't just want one captain on the part of Oxford. You want 11 captains and all fighting for each other and helping each other out, and they certainly are doing it. Especially the game in Belgium, they showed in that downpour how they can play together, and it was fantastic to watch. Apart from the football wasn't great right enough, but they stuck together, mate.
All right, so people want to join us. What's the number, Bridge? JFK.
The number's 0141 356 1972.
Where else can you join us, JFK?
You can join us on Skype at rangersradio.online, and you'll be brought into the call by the wonderful Fox and the wonderful Old School Blue.
Come and join us, give us your thoughts. Maybe give us your best team. There's a puzzler for us, because I mean, there's competitions for places. Well, just ask you, JFK, what is your best 11 with what we've got just now?
My best 11, if I would say the team I'd like to see play every, obviously would be Griggs in goal, Tav, Goldson, Hollander and Barisic. In the middle, for me, it would be Davis, Kamara and Jack. And up front, I would like to see Roof playing the right, Kent on the left, and Alfredo up the middle.
Okay.
That'd be my team, mate.
That's your top side at the moment.
Yep.
All right, if I was picking my team for Thursday, mate, I would maybe go with that if they're all fit. Apart from it, I would have Arfield in the roof row joining in, and I would have Jack, Kamara, and Davis in there, and Guy Arfield that free roll, mate.
Aye, but I'm going to be unhappy with that, mate.
And for him, I'm not saying that going forward that'll be the best team, but that's what I would maybe do. I know I said it last week as well.
Yep.
Bridgeman, any thoughts, mate?
I would go with the team that JFK picked, the full team, with the exception of one. I would put who did you have out in the right? JFK, was it?
Well, Roof.
You put Roof, right?
Aye, that's what he played when he was at Leeds most of the time.
Forgive me, I couldn't remember that. I would have Arfield in there.
Yeah, good shout, I know.
That's all. Other than that, that's the team I'd have for sure.
So you'd have the same team as me then?
Well, yeah, to all intents and purposes. Just well, I couldn't remember if you'd said Roof or not. So forgive me. So that's what kind of confused me a wee bit.
Come and join us in 0141 356 1972 or join us at Skype at rangersradio.online. We've brought in a call with Fox and Old School Blue. If you use the phone in, hang up and we will phone you back. But I'm not saying that that's how it's going to go going forward. That's only what I'm saying. The Snow JFK, you know what I mean? Roof's coming back for injury. Etton's coming back for injury. Hadji's developing. Jury's still out for me. People see it differently. I know the boys made a few great passes. He had the second best pass of the game on Saturday. I don't think you've got to say that Tav's pass was the pass of the match, but Hadji still had the big pass that opened up the gate for to get the first goal. When he played it into Jermaine Defoe, that was a nice pass. And then he had the vision to just stroke it across the goal. It's all simple stuff, but he's still done it,
Mm-hmm. Well, that's the reason why I left Hadji out. I'm like yourself. I'm still not convinced of Hadji. I think there's a player in there, and I'm hoping there's a player in there. Itten for me, he's not done enough, and I know he's not a lot of game time, but he's not done enough to prove to me that he's worthy of a first team pick every week. But look, we all know ourselves. We sit here week after week when we come up to pick the team for a game, and the gaffer always throws a couple of curveballs and that. And yesterday there was 5, 5 changes. Nane's expected as much as that. I expected maybe 2. So he knows he's got a good pool of players there. But I'm yourself, Ox here. I'm no, the jury's still out with me with Hadji. Yeah, it was a fantastic bit of skill to get the boy for the first goal. But James Tavernier, man, he thought his right peg was a golf club. Right it was a ping, a bang right onto Jermaine Defoe's feet. Brilliant stuff. So, going forward, good pool of players, but some of them I'll need to step up with the plate more often.
Aye.
Definitely.
Yeah, right. I mean, I don't think Kent's been fantastic the last few weeks. He's still working hard and doing the odd thing, and was unlucky a couple of times in the last few games, but he just needs a spark. Alfie needs a spark for me, JFK.
Aye, I'm fed up with the criticism of Alfredo Morelos this season. Look, people are saying that he's hid somewhere else. Maybe it is. We don't know. Sometimes in the game he doesn't look interested. I mean, the games previous, against the puddle drinkers and things like that. He played really well. It doesn't need to score for me. I know that's the big burden that's maybe on his shoulders. He's Rangers' number 1 striker per se, and he needs to be scoring the goals in every week. But for me, everybody should be getting in with the goals. And so a lot of people are too quick to get on his back. I'm pleased when he gets a tackle now. I know he still has his wee moan at the referees, but he doesn't react as bad as he used to, because I think he's learned, if I moan too much, they're just going to book me for nothing. Alfredo should be. The gaffer's probably done that for a reason yesterday, and I'm quite happy with his decision to do that. A lot of big games coming up. It's going to be Sunday, Thursday, right up to Christmas, guys, right up to the New Year. So we need as many good players in the pool as we can get.
Aye, the games come thick and fast, right up to January now, basically, didn't it?
Yep.
You know, we've got a wee break, November, end of November, international break. We love that, don't we?
Is there a break this year?
Yeah.
Right, okay.
There's another break in a few weeks, mate.
Yes, I
12th,
understand that. I was
12th,
meaning at the turn of the year. You know, it's a winter, but is there a winter shutdown?
No, mate, no.
Ah, right, okay. Okay, so there's maybe safe embarrassment there.
You know. So what's the number for people to phone in? These are thoughts, JFK.
0141 356 1972.
Or join us at Skype at rangersradio.online. If you phone in, hang up, and we will phone you back. You can come in and talk to Bridge. About anything, really. Anything. He's no fussy. But particularly the Rangers, because he loves the Rangers deserve Bridge. Is that right, Bridge?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Is there another team? Is there another team for any of us? I don't think so.
No, there ain't. Mate. No, there ain't. There ain't. Bubble seems to be a word that's developed arms and legs, and let's just say the last 8 months, JFK. We're certainly in a bubble at the moment, and I hope the gas keeps going in and it doesn't pop, mate.
Well, I've spoken to various friends, various fellow Blue Noses, and I have been saying to them, it's all right gloating. If that's you want to gloat what's happening in other people's bubbles, but we will only be gloating if it happens to us. So we just look, keep our feet in the ground, let everything run the way it is at the moment, and just hope that we come out the other end, and our team's all right. And obviously, and anybody that unfortunately catches this disease then comes through it. So let's just enjoy the football. We're on our bubble here on Rangers Radio. We're coping well, so everybody's doing okay as far as I know. So let's long may that continue. But don't be gloating, no matter who it is. It's a horrible illness. So just follow the football, especially the Rangers.
How do you think Fox will be getting on, Bridgeman, with this social distancing? You know what he's like when he meets the females, he kisses them on the horn, he's quite a romantic guy. He'll be suffering a bit, won't he?
I think he'll be suffering badly. I don't know if anyone was going to come near him. Put it that way.
He's a cruel man.
I hear Skipper's brick sales are going quite well. They get ordered 12 Mortons and 6 Baxters.
All right.
They turned up with 12 rolls and 6 tins of soup.
Oh, there you go, aye.
Aye, sell anything, that man. Anything.
Well, I've had the sort of routers already written to me, so I'm going to be replying to that shortly. See what happens.
Yes, I see me get a letter for this woman quite often.
Aye. I've just noticed maybe it's an out of country address.
Aye.
Yeah.
Aye.
AKA Taiwanese Bill, but I don't know.
Well, old Skipper, you know what he's like, mate. You know what I mean? Special forces, you know.
Forces, aye.
Right, so how do we improve, Bridgeman? You've seen a lot of football. How do we improve?
Overall, for me, the consistency, obviously, we're starting to gel a wee bit. I don't know what the manager's thoughts are as far as we're looking forward.
We can't. This must be one of our best runs of our history.
Absolutely, pal. And we're playing such wonderful football to watch. That close play, quick passing. It's brilliant to watch when it goes right, I don't know. Yeah, I think we have to see an improvement. Could you improve on it? Well, after watching the second half, at points in the second half, you would have gave you a right hand for improvement on that. But that's just how everybody wasn't playing. It's simple as that. They just weren't. The team never played. I don't know how they would improve. If you're thinking, how I like to see really, really big, tough defenders. But when I watched on Sunday there, our 2 central defenders were absolutely outstanding at times, There's a couple of wee mistakes here and there, that's expected. But the difference that Helander brought to give you that balance was just tremendous at times, So I can't give you an answer, an actual absolute answer as to how we could improve. I really can't. I'll try and get an answer for that for tomorrow night for you. My thoughts on how we should improve. What do you think?
I don't think we're firing particularly great up front. I don't know about you, JFK. We're not doing badly. We're scoring goals for the pitch, but I think my forwards can actually play better. Which, when that happens, I don't know where that could take us. That could turn your 2-0 just into 4 or 5. JFK, yeah?
Jimmy's away for a moment.
All right, Bridge, you could turn the 2-0s into a 4 or 5, mate.
Excuse me. Yeah, excuse me, pal. Couldn't get that off mute there. Anyway, I was going to say that to make that happen, we're going to have to trust the development of the guys. I thought Itten started to show a wee bit yesterday. I thought he did not too bad, to be honest with you. Roof, well, we already know what is possible with them. The difficulty is when they get up against this low block. Any forward will struggle against these things. You know, it needs to be everything spot on. The midfield and the forwards need to be right in line and tune with each other. I just don't see how can you improve? If you're meaning, can we go into the market? It's only their form. Right, okay.
Their form. We're playing it. They're not being starting men. When you start scoring a lot of goals, usually your strikers are grabbing the attention, yeah. Whereas so far, it's goals and tapping the boys in midfield. So when the strikers come to the fore and the rest of them just do their jobs, I think we'll even improve it even further, if that makes sense, yeah?
Well, we would need to get, in my opinion, we need to get Morelos playing up front and tell all the rest of them to make sure any ball you're trying to put it in for Morelos and let him score. And he'll carry it. If he can score a couple of goals, he'll start to think he's extra special, which he is. But he can't think it properly now. The only way you can play your game through Morelos and let him score. That's what we've been doing for that last year there.
I think he also needs a break, mate. He carried it, so if he's playing, if he's went for an 8 and 7s every week to maybe a 6s, we just have to play through it, get him some goals and see where it takes us. Every time it's that, it's obviously people behind the scenes will know, but that's my view, how we get better, but it's just only my view. If other people got a view, what's the number?
The number's 0141 356 1972.
Or join us at Skype at rangersradio.online, and you've brought on the call with Fox or Old School Blue. If you phone in, hang up and we will phone you back. I'm going to bring Fox in and see what his views is, how we can improve. Fox?
Difficult question. I was interested when you were naming your teams there.
Mm-hmm.
We haven't got a first team definite picks, mate. We've got a squad of about 20 players there.
I agree with that.
And
what I always did was people would pick, yeah.
Nobody's guaranteed a first team place at the moment. Where I think we can improve, when you look back on Sunday, I think we made substitutions for maybe the wrong reasons. I think we made it to save some legs in the team at times, when we should actually be bringing on players to fit into the system and improve our attacking qualities. That was a bad second half for us. Wasn't good to watch. And I think the substitutions need to have more purpose than just changing people for weary legs. That's where we improve.
All right, good comments, mate. Do you think this 5 substitutions sometimes can work against you, Fox?
No, if it's used correctly. I mean, we weren't firing in the second half, and the substitution should have been made where people were dropping their levels. And we brought likes at Itten, and Itten's not had a great start at Rangers, mate. People we very rarely talk about him, and I think you should have brought on Morelos and try and get him scoring again, be a bit more positive in the midfield. You're looking for that wee extra spark like he did do with Scotty Arfield to try and push the team on a bit. And they're the sort of substitutions we should be making, and not just for the sake of people are tired, if you know what I mean.
All right, JFK's back with us. JFK, how do we improve, mate?
Well, a bit like Fox and that says, but you're always looking to bring other players in, that'll enhance the squad. Who do we need? I still say we need another right back, only for it to make sure that there's somebody for cover for Tav. I think the gaffer made one mistake yesterday, and that's what Fox, I was going to say, earlier on. I think he should have brought Alfredo in yesterday. I agreed with him not playing him for the start. That was his, because he thought that he could against Livingston. But I think he could have brought Fredo in, but no, because the game was really stale, as we all know. After 20 minutes, it just went downhill. I'm not saying he should have brought Fredo in the second half, but started the second half, but he should have brought him on with about half an hour, 25 minutes to go, and give him a chance to score. Enhancing the squad, I can't see anywhere that we can enhance the squad, apart from, as I say, right back, and I've been consistent in that. Mm-hmm. I'm very, very happy every other position.
It wasn't so much about it's how we can improve with what we've got this now. I mean, I made the point, I know you had to nip away for a second there, but I made the point, I don't think our forwards are firing on all cylinders. All of them. So
no, the forwards are not firing on all cylinders, but what was happening, yes, although the midfield was playing well, there's still not getting our forwards enough ammunition. They're not getting the ball to them the way, and I know that's a lot today with like when teams like Livingston come to Ibrox and they just compact it in there. But we showed against teams like Liège when they come out against us and we can play football. And you've maintained that all the time. They are not firing all cylinders. But as I said before, enhancing it and making their skills better is what the coaching staff are there for. I'll still take a 1-0 every week, whether it's an own goal or a penalty every week. It doesn't bother me now. We're top of the league 6 points, where we deserve to be. And if we play like that every week, I know a lot of people don't like it. The squad will get better. They've proved that. And I think we're only at the tip of the iceberg. We've not come out of second gear in the last 4 weeks, mate. And I think it's once we go up to third and fourth, I said it weeks ago, we're going to give somebody a right doing. And I just hope it's a certain team. It'd be great to beat them when they come to us in the new year, and beat them 4 or 5 or 6-0. That would be a happy new year.
And I just say, I don't know, a wee bit, Ox.
Yes,
a lot of the support, including myself, think that we can go up a few gears, but that'll not be tested until we go behind in a game.
Mm-hmm.
And it might not be a bad thing for the support to see us go one behind and see if we can go up through the gears. Because teams can fall into a malaise where they think everything's easy and maybe lose a goal late on, we should be playing to our maximum ability at all times.
Would you say, because of what you've said there, Fox, and I'll give you this one before we go to the tune, the threes, would you say that we took a gamble with a number of changes yesterday, but keep your powder dry? Think about it, get yourself on mute, because we're going to have a tune.
Today, forever and for always, we are Rangers through and through. Well, little legends come and the legends go, but Rangers live on just the same. For a new one's born when the blue shirts won, and we all remember their name. We are the legendary Rangers. We wear the legendary blue. Today, forever and for always, we are Rangers through and through. And there is no doubt what we're all about when we face the world and say, bring it on some more, 'cause you know for sure that we don't do walk away. We don't do walk away. We are the legendary
Bridgman.
We are the legendary Rangers. What was that, old boy? Brilliant. Well done. Brilliant. Good tune.
But give us a wee poser there before we went. On break, JFK.
What was that again, mate? When you go?
Oh, I've lost you.
Back now.
No, we can hear you,
there.
pal. We can hear
We
you.
can hear you now, aye. What was it
I
you
said
said
a
there?
puzzle before the break, didn't I? I'm not repeating myself. No for you three.
I never heard then.
About the changes yesterday?
Aye, when the team
Aye.
did we gamble? If we'd have won 2-0, but a different kind of 2-0, the goals would have came in the last 10 minutes. What would we all saying? Oh, what did we change my team for? But in the big picture, I think he got it right. But
well, when I saw the team, I was happy with the team. You know, I did say that I was a bit of a curveball making 5 changes, but looking at who we were playing, and I don't say we were underestimating Livingston, but obviously the gaffer's looking the midweek and that, and games coming up, and can they make the changes? That's what the pool of players is for, Oxia. You can't just keep playing the same 11 players, 13 players every week. You've got to try and mix and match it. And they've done that. And look, but I've been sitting here different tonight. If something catastrophic had happened and we lost the game or drew the game, you're 100% right in that aspect. But it didn't happen, so we'll never know in that way, you know. But look, that's what he's there for. He lives and dies with his decisions, mate. So he's made the 5 changes. It didn't backfire.
The team, didn't he?
Fix the team, mate. And we've got to adhere to what he does.
Bridgman, any thoughts?
No, really. I don't quite grasp. Didn't quite grasp the question.
Morelos wasn't playing.
Yeah.
You didn't have arguably Kamara and Arfield, who's been my 2 best players. Yeah, Barisic was on the bench.
Yeah.
So there's 4 for a start. So would you, if you were picking your team, if it went pear-shaped yesterday, would they been open to criticism? That's the question I might be asking.
Well, I dare say, because yesterday was a huge opportunity for us, and we took it. Huge opportunity to get the 3 points. We needed the 3 points, and we got it. And we got it with not our strongest recognised team, but the guys that played, certainly the first 20 minutes or so of that game, they were outstanding for me. Outstanding. 2 absolutely wonderful goals they were. So it didn't matter who you put on. There were a lot of the players that hadn't played the last game, and we had a number of players that did play sitting on the bench. So the mix and match that the manager's doing and his coaches seems to be working better than a lot of folk give him credence for. But I think, how can we say it? I think it'd be the same with any team. When you don't put your strongest team out, you put yourself up there, you hang yourself out, and if anything goes wrong, then you know what, hits a fan, and it causes major problems. You know?
I think ultimately he got it right yesterday, JFK, in the big picture, yeah.
Of course he did. That's what I'm saying. You know, we saw the team and we no say we moaned about it. We thought, well, that's the decision he's made. A wee bit out there, than what he did, because you rightly said about Arfield, who has been playing really well. So it worked for him. But he should have maybe changed it better in the second half, because we needed another couple of goals, and even another 1 goal, or even play better football, because it just got a bit turgid in the second half. We didn't look as if we were actually going to score another goal. We just seemed to have relied on what was going on in the game, and we just stuck. We won the game. They're not wanting to come out. They didn't want to come out. They were fighting in case they got hammered. Maybe the gaffer should have saw that and maybe brought on Alfie. That's my only criticism, mate.
Okay. So if people want to join us, give us their thoughts. What's the number, JFK?
0141 356 1972.
Where else can you join us, Bridge?
They can join us at Skype at rangersradio.online, and old School Blue and Foxy will look after you, bring you in, and maybe give you half, you know. So enjoy yourself.
Yeah, GFK, there's a phone up, so you get us a couple of quick offs.
Couple of quick offs. Aye. Aye. Deary me.
Oh dear. I mean, it's what a period it's been. Everything's just going so well for us. The worldwide publicity that goal got us JFK has been unbelievable. That Castore must be rubbing their hands together.
Aye. It was a worldly goal. There's no other saying for it. You know, everybody, you know, it's with CNN, CBS, FBI, MFI. They've all had it, you know. Even Piers Morgan, his 2.5 million Twitter followers, he's told them, look at this goal, he put it on his Twitter page. So, you know, and that's fantastic. You know, give him the Puskas goal of the season, the new. It'd be great if at the end of the season, when they're doing the presentations at the Europa League draw for next season, they invite the winner of the Puskas goal onto the stage, and it's Kamar Roof from Glasgow Rangers. Brilliant.
I don't know why he could have bettered that as if he'd have back-heeled it. Anyway, we've been joined by Albert. How are we doing, Albert?
I'm good, guys. How you doing?
Hi, Albert.
Jimmy, Bridge, how you all doing?
Cheers, Albert.
What's on your mind?
No, I just phoned up. I couldn't sleep, so I better phone you up.
Thanks very much. Right, just take a lie down 5 minutes. I'll get JFK to talk to you. You'll be fine.
Aye.
I'm giving you my team. I want to give you my team.
All right, okay. See, he's telling his porkies, see? He's all excited. He's been sitting with his pen and pencil. Right, let's hear
I'm
it.
sitting think. Right, McGregor in goal, back four normal. The midfield, if everybody's fit now, this team is everybody's fit and up to speed now. Right? Mm-hmm. Midfield is Zunga, Kamara, Aribo. Up front is Kent, Itten, and Roof.
Right. Big calls there on Davis. Jack.
That's going. No, Jack's got to be managed. He's got to be managed with his knee. And Davis is getting to the age, same as Arfield's getting a wee bit older. So they're all our go-to players if the crap hits the fan, you know what I mean? So I think if they players are up to speed, because they were all brought in, remember, the Zunga, Roof, Itten, they're all brought in to increase the quality of the team. So I think when they're all up to speed, I think they'll all be first team choices. And I think that'll be the team. That's our go-to team. If we get big games, you know what I mean? I think that'll be the team to go to.
In that team, is Morelos gone, or is he on the bench?
He'll be on the bench, but he's just not right. It's just the boy's not right. So and he's going to go. Let's not kid ourselves on that team. What I've just named there, we're going to grow that team into something. We really are. That's going to carry us through for the next 2-3 years. So as far as I'm concerned, in my mind, Morelos is going anyway. He has been going to the beginning of the season, in my mind. And he's playing if he's not even there, to be honest with you. And I'm not getting at the guy, but that's just the way he's playing. He's not playing well. So he doesn't really deserve to be in the team. If he's at the top of his game, of course he deserves to be in the team. He's a great player. But he's not there now. So you've got to think what the new players are brought for and where we're going in the future.
Some interesting calls there, JFK.
I mean, everybody's got their own opinion about who they would like to see, and what Albert's done, he's a good looker at them. I agree with some of his comments. I mean, the reason I would leave Zunga is because I've not seen him play yet. So, but the strongest 11, I think, is what I think they should be. But he's right, Morelos, and I think we all realise that Morelos isn't firing all cylinders now. Arfield, and I can agree with that point, and obviously Sir Stephen. But if I had to pick a team to play tomorrow, and that would be my strongest team, that I would pick the one that I picked. But I can respect what Albert said there regarding his team about players that he thinks are no finished, but maybe he still feels mature. But I know Albert's still, he's not been vicious in his thing about Alfredo, but some say they think that there's his time might be short at Ibrox. Is his head in the right place? We don't know, but I think he's playing well enough to to keep his place in the team. He's our top goal scorer, and for me, no, he should have been brought on yesterday. I think we'd have probably seen him scored yesterday if he'd have come on, but then we'll never know now.
No. Bridgman?
It sounds as if we're all saying a similar thing. I love Morelos, but Morelos never played at the weekend there, and to be honest, he wasn't missed. He really and truly wasn't missed, and maybe that's just, I don't know whether I'm being nasty by saying that, because I absolutely love him. I think he's a fantastic player, but he wasn't missed. He really wasn't, and I think that might be an opportunity for the manager and the coaches to show him, Morelos, show him, look, you were on the bench, but you weren't even missed. You never come on. So do something about it. What are you going to do about it? Or whatever they can do to help him. But we were just speaking about it about 15 minutes ago. He needs to be the target. He needs to be the target to bring him back to life again, in my opinion. And the whole team needs to make sure they're getting the ball to him as much as possible. Because other than that, the guy's just going to wither away. He's just going to wither away. I think it's a terrible thing for a man who was, that long ago, one of the top goal scorers in Europe, to be left not playing. And I don't know whether it was
I must remember he wasn't a top league goal scorer last
No, I understand that, but he lifted Ibrox. He carried Ibrox forward. So, and to being not even getting a game, sitting on the bench and not getting a game. Now, it might have been strategic by the coach. I don't know. But anyway, I think he should be playing because that's the way I think about him. But whatever the manager says, we need to go with it. Simple. Mm-hmm. But seriously,
I don't know if
I climb back into the rule for a couple of minutes, I'd probably go with Jimmy's team. That's going to be the realistic team to go with. But what I'm talking about is a wee twist on it. Know what I mean? I'm happy where we are. I'm happy that we're getting results. I keep saying that. I don't care about performances. It's results to me, and I'll never stop saying it. But this team has got something special about it. This squad, I should say, has got something special about it. We just need to eke it out a wee bit and find out what is the best way to play them in certain games. And that's happening, let's be honest, because we're getting the results, so there's nothing to complain about. But I'm just looking at, he's brought these players in for a reason, and they're no squad fillers. These players are no squad fillers. They're first team players. So I'm just assuming that Zunga's going to be good. I'm assuming that Ruth and all that are going to come up to speed. Nitton's going to come good and start playing well. And I've got confidence in them. What I've seen of the three boys, oh, definitely. Ruth, no doubt, he's already proved that. He's nothing to prove. He just needs to get fit. Zunga we've not seen. And Big Itten, I've seen enough of Big Itten to think this boy with the right coach and the right encouragement is going to be good, really good. So I'm confident.
I agree with Bridgman. I disagree with Bridgman, but in a good way. I think we did miss Alfredo yesterday, Bridgman. I think the second half was crying out for Alfredo to come on, mate. I think that might have gave us a spark. Because for me, Itten didn't offer us anything. And I think maybe if it had been Alfredo come on, I'm just hoping that it wasn't the manager trying to set down a marker, And I know he's the manager and he picks a team, but I do think the game did miss Alfredo yesterday. The way we played in the second half, I think it might have brought something to the team. And I'd love to see that. I was crying out for him to come on yesterday, but unfortunately it never happened. I think he would have changed it. I definitely do.
All right. Interesting stuff. And another question to you, Albert. We talked about it earlier on. Aye, on you go, Fox. In you come, bro, before I go back to Albert.
I mean, I don't want to run the boy Itten down, but for me, he's not a striker. He's contributed. He's had a couple of goals this season. He's had no assists. When you look at Morelos, his contribution, he's assisted in 5 goals and he scored 4 in the league. And he contributes a lot more than just scoring goals. And I don't think we should write off Alfred Morelos. I think he's playing a new role this season where he's coming out of the box to allow Kent and other players to go in behind, especially James Taverner. who seems to find room in the box because the centre-halves are keeping their eye on Alfredo. And Alfredo's wee touch play in and round about the box has contributed, as I say, to a few goals this season. He maybe not be scoring himself, but I don't think he's had that many absolute clear-cut chances.
One or two in the last two European games away from home. Yeah?
Yeah, aye.
And he never even got a bit of luck with that one ricocheted at Parkhead when Kent hit it. Last season, that had hit off his shin and went in, minute.
Nah. As I say, I'm not running the big boy at and doing, but he's a big, tall fella. I've never seen him win a header, a threatening header in the box. And the chances that he's had, his link-up play, he looks a bit clumsy to me. He's no got the deft of touch where Hadji, Kent and Morelos have run about the box. Ruth has got it, but unlucky for him, he's been injured a while. I just think out of the order forwards we've got, Itten will be the furthest down the pecking order for me.
Right. Albert, the question I was going to ask you was, do you think this team's got another couple of gears in it, mate? Because we look as if we're playing with a handbrake on, don't we?
Aye, well, it's a hard one. I think it's got more gears in it, but know the way we're playing. To get the gears out, I think we need to change the way we're playing, and I don't think we want to do that because we're winning games. See, the forwards are not playing, to my mind, the forwards are not playing. None of the forwards are playing well at the moment, but they're contributing big style into the defensive side of this game, and we're not losing goals, but there's a price for that. So the price is the forwards are playing more. They're running the wrong way, put it that way, for a winter better. And I'm not complaining about it because we're not losing goals and we're winning games. We're winning games. So it swings and roundabouts. For us to get up a gear, you need to unleash the forwards going forward more. And that sacrifices a bit of the defensive work. So that's the gear you're looking for. That's the gear we've got, don't get me wrong. But it takes a change of style slightly to bring that out in the forwards. So I don't complain about the forwards. We can't know them no playing brilliant in the last third. I want them to play brilliant. Of course I do. But they do a lot of work without the ball. They do a lot of defensive work as well. So it's one of the ones. Results, mate. So I'm happy we're getting them.
Education. You're right. Results. I think we've all got that bug. But Bridgeman, collectively, I think we've got a wee bit to go yet. I just think there's a couple of players who wants to get a bit more confidence because I can't fault their work rate. Kent's not the greatest few weeks, but he's no shied away. Once he gets one, goes in, curls it in, or he blasts one in it, he'll take a. Morelos gets a couple of goals, first one tap in, then an Alfie goal, and we'll see where it takes us with him, for example.
Yeah, I can't disagree with that. 100%.
And if I was Ruth, I'd just retire, Bridge.
Aye, that'd be a really good idea for him, wouldn't it?
I'd have just walked right up a tunnel.
Yeah,
on Thursday night, picked up, got the ball, after the referee said, right, I'm finished, up a tunnel.
Yeah, just wonderful stuff to watch. But I do agree with you, the rest of what you're saying. I've just got this feeling. I watched the game, obviously, on Saturday, and I've watched it 4 times since. I just feel that Kent, who to me is clever, very, very clever player, one of our best players, if not our talisman, I think he was getting, shall we say, battered about yesterday. And I thought young Hadji was the same. But they stood up, they kept going, which is wonderful. They didn't go away into a sulk or anything like that. But we're not getting, excuse me, these players are not getting any cover from the referee, none at all, no protection. So I don't know what we can do about these things. You're bringing really good players, real quality players in, and you know what's happening to them. They're getting leathered on the pitch, and it's all very well saying, you know, they need to stand up to it, and no, they need protection. Need the referee to step in and say, or some other members of our team to step in and say, you know, put the things right. I don't know how they would do that, but excuse me. You mentioned that they've not been up to the great heights that they could be and possibly should be with Kent. But my goodness gracious, they didn't have to get buttered about, you know. They were taking turns on them yesterday, taking turns.
Oh, listen, Tolbear, I'm not overgoing it, Ken. Sometimes he's treble teamed, and he's playing. He does a lot of dirty work, still have the ball. He's just obviously been the kind of player he is. He needs that spark, that goal, that dribble, whatever, to get him going again.
Well, he's a typical winger, mate. I mean, that's what wingers do, isn't it? They blow hot and cold. That's why you don't build teams with wingers. Because you never go what you're going to get out of them, know what I mean? 1 minute, they've got you the edge of your seat. The next minute, your head's in your hands going, good grief, don't you get into the game, son? But Kent's a wonderful, wonderful player. The boy's a brilliant player. And he will pick his form up again, of course he will. Same as Morelos. Morelos will pick his form up. But at the moment, I think they're getting sacrificed for the defensive side there. And again, that's just the way it is at the moment. But if we're going up that gear, I think Roof will make a difference going up that gear. And I think Big Aribo will definitely make a difference when he's fit again. But Aribo and Roof have got to be in the team. I mean, they've got to be in that team. They're no bench players. They're just you've got to play them as many times as you possibly can, because that's what they're there to be. That's the reason you brought them as a club. You know what I mean?
The two of them didn't look fit yesterday, did they? They looked rusty.
Oh, no. And he took a chance yesterday. I've seen you saying the question, he took a chance. He did take a chance because he's trying to get all these fringe players that, they're not fringe players, but players that are no fit and players that are not playing a lot, all game time. He's trying to keep the squad happy and fit and getting up to match speed. And it's a really difficult task. It's no easy, by the way. And again, I think the second half showed that when some of them, like Aribo, started running out of steam. Big Bassie's touch sort of deserted him a wee bit, but he still had a good game, you know what I mean? So these players have got to get to match fitness, as we've all said. So he did take a wee gamble, and it came off. Don't get me wrong, it came off. But as you said earlier on, if they 2 goals that scored in the last 10 minutes, we're all climbing the walls, we're all swinging off chandeliers and all sorts, pulling our hairs out, if we had to, that is. So, it's one of the difficult things. I just look at the 90 minute or the 93rd, 94th minute and go, are we winning? Aye. Did we win? Aye. That'll do me. I'm walking away for this one. And that's what I did with that one yesterday and Saturday. Just walk away for it. It's just, it is what it is. We go for 3 points. Happy. Move on.
Here, mate. Here. Can I just put a wee announcement out? Gordon McNabney, an EK lad, we will ask, and he's immigrating to New Zealand a few years back, we will ask that question the next time that George for EK is on, just for you, mate. And we'll find that, yeah. There we go, we're doing long-term relationships and all on here, Bridge.
Who's a relationship expert tonight then? Olbear?
Olbear.
Oh, me, I'm definitely.
Good,
Anybody's
well
got any romantic problems, just phone in and ask me. I'll keep you right. My first bit of advice is don't marry a nun.
All right. How did that go for you?
Some say don't marry one.
Right.
I've done it. It didn't work.
I think they'll end up like none of this and none of that, innit?
Exactly, mate. Exactly.
Oh, dear. I take your point, Albert. Some good points there. I get where you're coming from. But as a season progresses, you need a bit of luck. We're picking teams and we're saying this year and that year, you're going to get injuries, you're going to get suspensions. And that's the impressive thing I've done. 3 years ago today, Kachina got the sack. We'd just drawn with Kilmarnock at Ibrox. We missed the penalty. We were a shambles, mate. Shambles.
Oh,
we were a shambles now.
Oh, no, come on. I mean, the one in Europe, the only way we could go after that progress result was up the way. I mean, we couldn't get any worse. I mean, that's the worst in our history, that one. That was disgraceful, absolutely disgraceful. And nobody wanted to come out and talk to the press. And that wee Ross that came out and spoke to him. He's arguing with the crowd. The Casino's arguing with the crowd in the hedge. You know what I mean? You're going, what's this shambles about? What's happening here? But again, glad we got rid of that man. And how that man ever came to your club, I'll never know. I'll just never know. Because whoever in the selection process identified him as a Rangers manager definitely needs looked up. But so we're through that. 3 years ago, Stephen Gerrard come in and's done this job that which is border known miraculous. All right, we've not won anything yet. All right, we're still a way away for winning anything. I'll take the end of the season. But again, time will tell. But you can't argue that he's definitely improved it. He's definitely improved the squad, and he's definitely heading in the right direction. It's just when we do it now. It's just a matter of time of when we do it. It's not if we do it, it's when we do it.
GFK, it's this glass ceiling that Cairo keeps going on about. We smashed through it. We open up a big jackpot for us.
Of course we do, mate. But we've got to be very careful. You know, I know we're all feeling good to know and that, but let's take every game at a time and win every game, and that's all we can do. You know, as we all, I mean, 3 years a day, we know what happened. You know, I mean, the hedge man. So we should never be put in that situation again to have clowns like that becoming the Rangers manager. But the glass ceiling, we'll burst through the glass ceiling, mate, and that's what's happening with the media. They don't like this. They don't like what the establishment club's back. We're here again, and we're not going away. And we know we can see other things happening all around about Scottish football, but the Rangers are here now, and we're back, and they don't like it. So let's keep it going for the Rangers, and just support the team is the best way we know we can. Unfortunately, we can't be there in person, but you think we were there in person when you were in my house on Sunday for the puddle drinkers game. Brilliant stuff. So, but I think some of the football I've played this season has been stupendous. Some of the players aren't up to the mark. I agree with what Fox said about Itten, but I still think there's a player in there. Same way Hadji, I still think there's a player in there as well. And I'm excited to see Zungu play. And Aribo's a class act as well. Everything's looked great now, mate. Everything's looked absolutely fantastic. And that's, as I said before, it's a great feeling. We've got that buzz back. No, that's buzz for a long time, Oxshire. And it's great to have it again. You know, fantastic. Fantastic.
Oh, we've been joined by a caller. I think it is George for EK. Must have heard his name mentioned. George?
Yeah, I was doing something there and I heard my name get shouted. I goes, what's that all about?
It was a new sponsor, DFS.
Talking about couches again. I was like, he's Leah Lane, man.
No, it was, we got a message, George, for a guy that came for EK. And he was Gordon Macabney, McAbney. And he used to drink the Montgomery Arms.
The Monty?
Aye.
In the village?
Aye. He said he just round for
the
the
name
bus.
Was Gordon Mac?
Aye. Went to New Zealand.
Did you say you used to go in the bus?
It doesn't mention the bus. Just round for the bus location. Yeah.
He says where? What?
He says he lived in the village just round from the bus location. That's the message we got,
location.
I don't think he was you might owe money, George, so I would say nothing.
And he stays well in New Zealand?
Aye, New Zealand. Your couch stories even made the headlines in New Zealand, George.
George, I might owe you money. That's how he's in New Zealand.
It's possible, mate. It's possible. That's why he's both to hang me. New Zealand.
We'll be joined by Southside. Evening, Southside.
Evening, Trips. How's it going?
All right, mate. Good self.
Hi, Southside.
How's it going, Trips? I delighted with the result on Sunday. It's a bit of a mad game. Thought we started well, 20 minutes, and then we sort of petered out. But happy with the result. I said that before. Great result of our performance, and I thought the pass and the goal for Defoe was amazing. Thought it was a wonder goal. What a take wee man took first time where he should have. Unbelievable goal.
Yes, yeah.
It was a lovely finish, and then we just seen the game out Southside there.
Aye, I thought when we got 2, I thought, oh, here we go, might get 3 or 4. was just I caught what you were saying just the last 10 minutes there. I thought Kent, I thought he could have took him off maybe in the 60 minutes. I thought Aribo, I know, maybe tired just due to not been playing. But aye, I mean, we've got the result, and that's what matters. We'll talk about performances throughout the season, but the results is the main thing. I know, especially in the league.
4-2 nothings, mate. We take the next games 4-2 nothings, weren't we?
Oh, definitely. I mean, looking forward to the European game and the following Sunday. I mean, we'll probably talk about the park and all that. I mean, we can talk about that all day long, but see, at the end of the day, we've got the players, we've got the team, we're playing well, we play a system. Aye, the ball bounces slightly different to grass, but I mean, we've all played on these mad pitches. I mean, we've all played football, whether it be red ash, black ash, we've played out in the street, we've played in grass. So we've got the players in the team. It's just about going with the right attitude and just playing the football and get the goals. And we'll not worry about next Sunday. You know, I know we've had some dodgy results here, but it's all just about. I mean, we've got the players and we can pass the ball, so I don't see what we always get worried about. You know, I think if we just go and keep playing the way we're playing, we'll win.
Mentioned a word there, and I'm going to Albert with it. Attitude, Albert. That's what it comes down to for me.
That's certainly, if you don't get the right attitude, you can forget about professional football. Let's be honest about it. I mean, it's the first thing you should be drilled into all the young boys getting into Ibrox, you know what I mean? Or for youth level, right up, attitude. If you're not going to have the right attitude, you're wasting your time. You're absolutely wasting your time. You've got skill in the world, but if you've not got that attitude and application, it doesn't mean anything. We all know players throughout their time playing football at amateur level, and you've seen them and going, they're brilliant players, but their attitude is nonsense. It's absolutely nonsense. I played with one guy. He was a sand dancer, but what a lovely player. But hit him once and he's gone. Didn't want to know. Just doesn't want to know.
Was he Spanish? Was he Spanish? One guy?
One guy, aye. One guy, the sand dancer. Aye, attitude's everything. It's everything. And this team have got it. They've definitely got it. As Fox pointed out, the real tests are going to be coming if we ever do go behind, which it's impossible no to go behind. But when we really start to dig out a result for a smelly game, that's when you're really going to get the tests. And I think this team's up to it. I really do think this team's up to it.
George?
I can't agree more, Barry. Can't agree more. Attitude's 100% everything. You know what I'm talking about? If you don't get any attitude, there's no point being in the pitch. And also, can I say another thing? See, when we signed that in, I totally thought that was, see the crosses into the box, I thought that problem sorted. With his height and his physique and all that, I thought he'd get in the ball and score a lot more goals than what he has done. It's kind of been a bit of a letdown, you know what I mean? But then again,
he's not played a lot of minutes, mate. He's not played that many minutes.
Aye, but Steven Gerrard sees him. He's in training. Why is he not playing him for a start?
Time will tell. Time will tell.
We need to start finishing better.
Don't want to throw him in the wolves yet. But we'll see what it takes us.
Nah, not from the wolves yet. But I'm just saying.
You're right,
we need
mate.
to start finishing better.
Yeah, his all-round play can improve. We'll see where that takes us. I think there's room for improvement there. JFK.
Okay, I mean, I said that before. There is a player in it, and Hadji, you know, but the jury's out in it now. They're obviously no Hadji's obviously showing something in training that I was quite surprised he started yesterday. But no, I think there's a player, only what I've saw elsewhere, but he's not done anything spectacular for us. So we've got to give him the time to gel with the rest of the team and see how he goes forward with the rest of the squad. But no, I think he'll come good, mate. You've got to remember it's happened to a lot of players that came to Ibrox era a lot of years, and we could name maybe about 9 or 10 who we thought, oh no for me, but they came good in the end. So we've got to give him the benefit of the doubt, mate, and see how it goes forward.
Bridgeman.
Yeah. I quite like the boy in, to be honest. I have to say, he hasn't much chance, Once he gets, because he came in, he got injured. And it's obviously no 100% fit yet either. But I thought his best game for us was in Sunday there. And admittedly, that's not boring me much because he only had a few minutes on the part as a substitute. So, but I do like him. I think it's looking forward. He's going to be a good player for us. I really do. Big fella, you could see he was taking no nonsense off any of them. And I liked that a bit. I like it. Fighting through.
All right, but Southside, we mentioned earlier on, like 3 years ago, the night we fired Kachina. We don't want to go on about that, but where we were then and where we are now, it's remarkable, isn't it?
It's unbelievable. I think I told you before, I was in the worst European game I've ever seen away was Progress under Kachina. Worst European away game ever. To where we are now, it's absolutely night and day. And the board are back, Gerrard, with the signings and the money, and we've backed the club through merchandise and everything else, shares and whatever. So, aye, it's a big transformation. Just on the hitting thing that you're saying and all, I think he just needs a bit of time and he needs a run in the team. I mean, we pick a team on here every week. Nobody says Hitton should play before Alfie. Alfie is man, although he's not been firing. I think he's maybe a wee bit of lack of confidence or something. I don't know. Just looked a wee bit off in the Pygmy game, but I think the Pygmy will come good once he gets a game and a regular game. So up till then he'll just come in and out, and hopefully when he comes in like it against Motherwell, he'll manage to nick a goal or two. So I wouldn't be too hard on him. I think it's just going to take him a bit of time to settle in when he gets his chance.
Southside, can I ask you a question, Pat? I don't know if you heard me earlier on, but did you think the game missed Alfie in the second half? But you think that'd have been a better substitution than Hitton?
I think possibly I get to hopefully go and get my goal, which we might have done. Maybe for an injury type situation, and he's played every week. JFK, so maybe because of that, maybe that's why he did leave him off and maybe brought it on to get some game time.
Aye.
My only sort of thinking on it, but I can see what you're saying as well, but maybe just the risk of injury, maybe and the fact he's played a lot of games.
Aye. Just that I said earlier on, I just felt that the game was crying out for something, a wee bit of spark, and I was hoping that when he made the substitution it would be Alfie, but the boy didn't do anything for me at all, and that's no decrying him because he wears the blue, so we'll see what happens.
I think Jimmy, I think what else is kept for Thursday, Jimmy, to be honest with you. I think Arfield and Davis are the same. I think the three, Gerrard said his eye on Thursday and went, I'll let them three rest up for and Jack for this game, so they're all fresh for Thursday. I think that's what you mean. Kamara, sorry. Kamara.
Well, the discussion about Thursday, just a wee quick thing. I've watched the last two Lech Poznan games. They play a bit similar to the way Livingston Kilmarnock and that play. They're not doing very well in the Polish league now, so I'm not making a prediction that we're going to hammer them. But I think we're in for a turgid game. They're going to come and they're going to play the same way that these teams, they come to Ibrox and play, guys. So, as I say, I've watched their last two games. They drew one each there against one of the poorer teams. They come up for the division below. So still going to be a hard game. Big, strong, physical team the Polish team is, and they'll put themselves about well. So I hope we get a good referee. But maybe you're right there, Southside. Maybe it was keeping the freshness for Thursday.
Well, we only beat one of the poorer teams in the league 2-0. I mean, that's Celtic, man. So we've got nothing to crow about.
Well said, Albert. Well said, pal.
By the way, Thursday night, just looking forward briefly, I mean, I think it'd be fair if we could take a Bridgeman and we sit with 6 points out of 6, you'd take that every day of the week. George CK.
100%, mate. I would take that every day. I'd bite your horn off for that. Bite your horn off for it. Can't get any better than that. A win's a win, no matter where you look at it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Albert.
I've just done a broken record, mate. You know where I'm going to come from. But Win. I don't care what score it is. As long as we win, it could be 6-5 to us for all I care. You know what I mean? It's just a win. It's just a win. I'll look for it all the time. A win.
I think I'd rather have a 6-5 game than a bridge, man. South side.
No, I'll take a bridge, man.
But you wouldn't like to 5 down and then fight back and win?
No, I'll just take the bridge, man. I'll be quite happy with this. Goals against records looking good now. Breeds confidence, doesn't it? But I said before the game against Standard, I said I thought if we could get 9 points on the board, then it gives a chance to maybe change a couple of players if we've got a league game coming up, depending on who we're playing. I suppose when we're playing St Mirren at home and that, we can maybe make 3 and 4 changes, maybe more, but certain teams will want to stick to the team that might play on the Thursday night that might have to go again on the Sunday, maybe with 1 or 2 changes. But I think I've never watched them. I don't know anything about them, I'll be honest, but I've got a feeling they're a bit like Standard Liège. So it might be a game like last week. No,
they're not like that, mate. Sorry,
they're not.
No, they're not a great going forward team, mate. They're a team that's is basically playing for survival. It's just that they're nothing spectacular, but these are the type of teams that they give us problems, mate, don't they? Because we've got to try and break them down. But I mean, any these that are thinking about, I mean, the Channel 3 Sport shows all the Polish and the Portuguese games. I'm going to watch the Benfica game tonight. I've recorded that to watch tonight, so go and watch what these teams are like, guys, and see what they're up against. But it'll be interesting to see about how Benfica are playing. We've seen Standard Liège. I know I've watched Lech Poznan, and I'm going to put my neck out here and say I think we can beat them quite easily at Ibrox and Thursday night. But I hope that doesn't come back and bite me. But what I've seen in the way we're playing, mate. No,
good side.
All right, we'll see. We'll find out on Thursday night. Albert, you're on all the time. You're on occasionally. You come on to show how good you are at the quiz and that. Show your superior knowledge to Bridgeman and JFK. But how would you rate the start of the season?
The start of the season was excellent, mate. Excellent. I was actually concerned about all the different things, the things like COVID and no crowd and all the rest of it. So you can tell it. But I think we've handled everything really, really well. Really professional, really well. The games themselves, and I'm looking at them going like that. Apart from the Livingston game, which we should have won, and apart from the Hibs game, which we should have won, 2 wee blips. No, that'll do me, mate. We're doing really well. Really, really well. And I know that we were all saying we're not out of first gear, which we probably are now. And I know that some games we play, in patches, we play some really good football. It's just to maintain that over a full 90 minutes. But to be honest, all these games, I mean, it's too many games, and it's just not right now. It's all this Thursday, Sunday carry on. No, I mean, it's just too much. And that international stuff should be totally scrapped. That's just garbage. I just can't stand that international football. And then you've got a Scottish Cup for last year getting played as well. They're all greeting about time scales and we can't play this, and they're cramming all these games together. Nonsense. It's absolute nonsense. But anyway, apart from all that rant I went on there, I'm happy with the start. I'm really happy with the start.
Well,
Aye, it's similar to Albert. I mean, the Livingston game and the Hibs the other 2 bots on the copybook. Although we played well against Hibs, just didn't nail them, let them into it stupidly. But Livingston was just a poor performance, if I remember right. But apart from that, I'm like everybody else. I'm just missing going to Ibrox, going to the away games, and obviously missing the European games away and home. So that's about the only thing that I struggle with. But apart from that, I'm delighted with how we're playing, and we're sitting top of the league. And I'm hoping in the next 46 games in the league, we'll see a bigger gap, hopefully. And then it's just about keeping the heat down and keeping the consistency and get to Christmas, innit?
Aye, and knocking them off. knocking them off. We're going to run a few games and then up to the next international break. We'll be nearly halfway through the league campaign. George?
Certainly will. We certainly will, mate. There's a massive pile up of games, know what I mean? It's this Wednesday, Thursday, Sunday, man. I mean, we need a break, man. And an international break, man, is just a pure killer, man. I dread it when it comes, man, because I'm like myself, what's going to happen when we come back after this international break? Is the players going to come back fit? You know what I mean? We've got injuries, man. I dread it, man. I just wish it wasn't there at all. I'm talking about, but the way we're playing the now, we keep playing the way we are the now. I can't see his faulting, man. I just see he's going ahead by me and all the way and lifting this league. That's how confident I am.
Here. Hope you're right, mate. Hope you're right. KFK.
I think the be all and end all for us is to win the league, but and the European thing's a bonus. But the team that we've got going forward will perform the best they can, and I think that the football we're playing just now. So I stick by my predictions in Europe. I think I'm going to say that we can get full points for this group. I can't. Davey, I think we can. I think we've been very fortunate. I think we've been very, very fortunate in this group compared to other groups in this Europa League. And I've not seen anything. I know me and Blue Horizons having a wee bang in the lobby there, and it's good banter. But I've not seen anything. I've seen the three teams that we're playing, and I don't see anything that fears us. Honestly, home and away.
I just wish we'd lull. Tremendously wish we'd lull in our group because we've already slaughtered them. They're easy.
aye, very good. But no, I know, and I'm not saying that tongue in cheek. I've not seen anything that can convince me that the way we are playing, that any of these three teams can beat us. So I'm going for a top of the section, win it by a landslide, guys. I think we're that good, don't we?
All right. It's important, Southside. I mean, obviously we're winning Thursday night. That's another $500,000 plus into the kitty, yeah?
Aye, it's good money for us. Club needs the money, doesn't it? Because we're not going to get any money for the home games. But aye, and obviously it boosts us up, beating the bigger sort of seeded teams. So I don't know if West Port seeded above us, but if we can beat Benfica, I don't know, Jimmy. I've not seen them, so I'll share your confidence. But I thought that would be the hardest game we'd have out the three. But I think we'll get through in the group. I said that a few weeks ago. I thought we'd go through in the group, and I thought we could top it. But that's just on me thinking the way we've been playing in Europe in the last two seasons. And if we keep that performance up, and that, then I've said to you before, I don't fear many teams. And I think at home we should be good enough to take the 9 points in the group.
Well, if we take the 9 points, we're at 3 away. That's us through, isn't it? 12. That's us through, isn't it?
Yep.
You know, because that would mean that Standard Liège would need to win every other game just to be even ways, and I can't see that happening. You know,
is it? Did I know? See, after the Benfica game at home, do we not play another home game? Did I see that right?
It's a double
header with Benfica.
Right, so we're home again straight away.
Home and away, Benfica.
Aye, but we're at home after West Boston. We're at home again.
I'm not allowed to.
It's 2 games, isn't it?
It's double game.
Well, that would give us 9 points, wouldn't it, if we can get the next 2 home games won.
Like Posman, away to Kilmarnock, then away to Benfica. Home to Hamilton, home to Aberdeen, home to Benfica. Yeah?
Right.
And the weekend of the 15th, it's the international break. Something for everybody to look forward to.
That's good. I'll make a book that.
Right, but what we're going to do in this international break, we're going to do portraits of players past and present, yeah?
All right.
I know you're good at that, mate.
As long as you know who am I.
I know.
That's what you'll ask after you see the portrait. Big Stevie for the drum, he's been practicing. We've got him painting the numbers.
Oh, dearie me. I'm taking up crochet. Oh,
Well,
dear.
if you want to put it in as a cross stitch instead of doing a portrait, I think we'll accept that. Bridge
Oh,
man,
it's
wouldn't we?
all right. Aye, it's okay then.
Jimmy, me and you can
Well, they'll
join up
definitely
again.
accept it.
We could join up again and do synchronised knitting.
Aye, that'd be good. Aye, that'd be all right, mate. Aye. Synchronised snoring would probably be better, mate.
All right. I'm good at that.
Well, we'll have an
I've got a no
afternoon
label on
show
that.
then for you two if we're going to do that. Between 3 and half 3 is usually your best time, innit?
Aye.
Oh,
Just
yeah,
a wee thing, Albert, and I'm not going to go on about it a lot, but I think me and you were cheated in the quiz, mate. That's all I'm going to say. If you listen to the game, if you listen to the tie the night after,
I heard that. Aye. I heard that. I was.
a lot of settings were good to a certain individual, but they will not go there.
I thought we were going to have a final. By the way, I thought it was just 2 teams one night, 2 teams the next night, and then the final the third night.
The public demand said they're all hopeless.
Oh, that's true, but you still want the final.
The final.
They're playing a Scottish Cup for last year. I can't get in a final this year. What's happening?
Andy Halliday could end up playing in the cup final, and it was with us last season. How does that work?
That's true. I know.
Would they not be cup tied? Would they not be cup tied?
No, they've done away with
Cup
that. Bridge.
side. I know that was an old rule.
Yeah, but that's surely you can't do that. You can't play for 2 teams. Oh, never mind. If it's an SFA rule, it'll be all right. I'm sure it will.
I don't think it's anything to do with SFA.
What's the is it no Scottish Cup?
Listen to what I'm saying.
Okay, fine.
I think we all agree. Southside.
Oh, it's bizarre, isn't it? It's bizarre.
Aye. But let them. I'll keep them happy. I wonder. They might not win it. I mean, that means that Big Duffy can play then, doesn't it?
Aye.
Oh, that's a plus. That's a plus.
45 grand a week. 45 grand a week. Whoa.
Brilliant.
That's every penny.
Aye, I think we should get him a 3-year deal. Would you think? We'll crowdfund it.
Aye, I'm not for that.
And when he looked at him when he played against us, he looked to be Griffiths with his jaws off full. You know what I mean? He's chewing Griffiths.
Oh my goodness gracious! Oh my God, that was a cracker, by the way, cracker.
Right, George VK. How did you rate, just before we go, how did you rate the last 9 days being a bear?
Absolutely fantastic. I can't remember a year, apart from the good years, man, when it was better than this. But this is, I mean, honestly, this has just been some buzz, man. You know what I mean? We're on a pure winning streak. We're playing excellent football. I mean it. We look unbeatable, actually. Well, that's not the kiss of death statement, mind you, but we look unbeatable, don't it?
Southside.
And long may it continue. Long may it continue.
Yeah. Southside.
Oh, aye, I'm absolutely delighted. Big cheesy grin on the face for the last week and a bit. It's amazing. I mean, I think, like I said before, I think Celtic now, we've got the match in them. We've shown we've had the match in them for a while, so they don't worry me. Then obviously doing the European performance, brilliant. And then obviously doing the business on Sunday, sitting 6 points clear, top of the league. Everything's looking good, we're playing well. So aye, it's been absolutely tremendous feeling.
JFK.
What can I say is it's absolutely fantastic to be a Rangers fan at this moment in time. The last 9 days have been absolutely wonderful. There's not really much to say apart from we are a people, mate.
That goes a long way in my book.
Yep.
Well, Bridgeman, we've reached that time of the evening, mucker.
Oh, thanks very much. By the way, I thoroughly enjoyed this evening. Once again, a brilliant show. Well done, Oxchair. Superb. And old Foxy Boy and old School Blue. Absolutely brilliant. Can I just say to all the Rangers fans all over the world, particularly Rangers fans on here on Rangers Radio, we are doing well. Keep it going for the Rangers, because the Rangers still need us. Keep it going.
Can I thank young Ross who phoned? I'm assuming he's young. He sounded young to us. Ross that phoned in. Albert, always a pleasure. George VK, friends all over the world. Southside, great to have you on.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, mate.
What's that dude's name again?
Let me see. Gordon. Gordon Maccabee.
Maccabee?
MCABNEY. Yeah?
MCA what?
BNEY.
EMEY.
Yes.
What?
That's it, mate. That's all I know, mate. All right. You better lose.
I'm in the dark, mate. I'm in the dark.
Right, okay, mate. He's asked for you anyway. For you. Maccabee.
Well, I was asking for him, even though I don't know. I can't mind him.
All right, mate.
Wish him all the best.
I wonder if somebody's at it, but there we go. Listen, can I thank everybody? Thank Fox and Old School Blue, JFK and Bridgeman. Thanks for listening. This has been Rangers Radio. We'll be back tomorrow night between 8 and 10. We'll be joined by Port Bear, Mr. Stato. Take it away, Old School Blue.
Ever since I recall, I have followed football and ingrained in my heart are the Rangers FC. Through good and the bad, times of happy or sad, it will always be Rangers for me. For when I was a lad, I was led by the hand down the Paisley Road West. I will never forget that beautiful sight of the red, blue and white from the day I'd be Rangers for life. And I vowed to my dad, if I too have a lad, I would show him the way as he did on that day. And so now here I stand with young Lyle by the hand after walking down Paisley Road West. For when I was a lad, I was led by the hand down the Paisley Road West. I will never forget that beautiful sight of the red, blue and white. From that day I'd be Rangers for life. When I was a lad, I was led by the hand down the Paisley Road West. I will never forget that beautiful sight of the red, blue and white from the day I'd be Rangers for life. There's a great sense of pride that I feel deep inside as I'm watching the journey, my father and son, and it's sure safe to say at the end of the game, win or lose, we will all follow on. But when I was a lad, I was led by the hand down the Paisley Road West. I will never forget that beautiful sight of the red, blue and white. From that day I'd be Rangers for life. Ever since I recall, I have followed football and ingrained in my heart are the Rangers FC. Through good and the bad, times of happy or sad, it will always be Rangers for me. For when I was a lad, I was led by the hand down the Paisley Road West. I will never forget that beautiful sight of the red, blue and white. For the day I'd be Rangers for life. From that day I'd be Rangers for life. From that day I'd be Rangers for life.